to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Man Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo!
What's happening? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What's good? What's good?
I am Derek, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. How you feeling tonight, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Monday wasn't so much of a Monday today. It was felt like a Monday's third cousin day today. It wasn't it wasn't a Monday. It was third cousin day. So yeah, I feel pretty good, man. How about you? What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. I am good. I'm good. Had a great weekend. For those of you who know, some of y'all may not know, we solicited the people for our help, and the people showed up to show Man Talk Monday some love. And we just want to say we appreciate everybody that voted, everybody that came through for your boys, for the show. We appreciate all the love, y'all. Definitely appreciate it.
No, we might have bugged y'all a little bit this weekend about voting. Now, which is the crazy thing about it is I'm real funny about that. I'm real funny about bugging people, asking people to do stuff like that. But we were in dire straits this weekend because it was a little closer than what we had previously anticipated. So we appreciate you guys for doing that for us. I love it.
Absolutely. Definitely appreciate y'all. Well, we gonna hop into it. Let me just remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships, but of course we do it from a man's perspective. Now keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to join in to the conversation. We want to hear from you, men, women, boys, and girls. Everybody's welcome. Now, how you join into the conversation? You simply go into the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question. We can see this, right? But by all means, make sure you talk to us. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you're thinking, right? We want to know what's on your mind as well. So make sure you holler at us. All right. Akima said dire straits. Dire straits, right?
So I guess you're trying to tell me I used that wrong. Did I use that wrong? Whatever it was, we was in it. Okay, whatever it was, dire, sire, or mine, we was in it. We was in that.
The pressure was on.
Just a little bit. Just a little
bit. Listen, don't forget to share, like, share, subscribe. Man Talk Mondays. You can find us a lot of different podcast platforms. Go subscribe to our podcast. It's available on Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker, Bullhorn, all these different platforms. Go and check us out. We got some great content out there. Great content. So make sure you go and check us out on our podcast platforms as well. Also, for those of you who don't know, you can catch us on your TV. Right now. We on your TV right now.
They know.
You got a Roku TV, a Roku device. You can watch us live right now on your TV screen at BS3 TV on Roku, the BS3 TV channel. As you all know, we're part of the BS3 network family. Got a whole lot of great podcasts, a whole lot of great content, and you want to go and check that out. Now, if you don't have a Roku TV or Roku device, you can go to your computer as well, because there is a direct web link that you can check us out. It's bs3tvlive.com. bs3tvlive.com. You can hop on there and you can check us out that way as well. By all means, go and check your boys out. See what we got. We got that hotness.
Got that fire.
We got that hotness for you, right? So we won't prolong the time. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, we up to our segment that we call Man Talk About It.
This weekend I did a comedy show last night at a hookah lounge in Frisco, and there was some very let me see how to say, there were some very attractive women that were sitting at the front of the stage. So I was talking to them, and I asked the girl, was she dating, and she said, no, I'm not dating, and I'm not looking for a date. I'm not looking for no man. I'm not looking. I said, you don't want to be married or nothing? Well, if marriage finds me, it's going to have to find me because I'm not looking. And I was kind of taken back because I'm like, but why can't you just be honest and say, I'm either trying to get myself together or I'm between relationships. I'm trying to recoup. I'm trying to get my position right so I can offer something. But just saying no because people are looking at that you don't want nobody, it could have been a prospect in there because she was very attractive, which was surprising that she was by herself. And but initially she put up a don't want, don't need sign, and I think that's a mistake for any woman to do when they're out in public like that. D, can you tell me if I'm wrong? Can you tell me if I'm wrong, please?
Yeah, if you're trying to find somebody, I mean, the word even says, if you want friends, show yourself friendly, right? And if you want to be in a relationship, you can't go with this whole attitude of I don't need nobody. It's me by my. I'm good being by myself. If you ain't good being by yourself, be honest about it. That don't mean be desperate. We're not saying be desperate, but be honest about the fact that you're really not cool, just chilling by yourself.
Well, what's wrong with being honest and say, listen, man, I'm just trying to fix me. If I'm working on fixing me, and when he comes, that's fine. We'll be great. But if he don't come, then I'm good with that too. But right now, I'm just trying to fix me. Or how about this one? Because saints, you know how we do. Right now, I'm just with the Lord. The Lord, It's just me and the Lord right now.
He working on me.
He working on me.
I'm a work in progress. Right.
But I guess then we don't want to lie on the Lord, so that's why we don't use that. But I was really taken aback by her, the way when she talked about relationships, man. She wanted no part of it.
Keisha says, "Good evening, Miss Keisha. Thank you for joining us tonight." So let me ask you a question. What's going on, Rod? Let me ask you a question. The whole bringing some to the table thing, is it more about what you can offer the other person, or is it really about you defending yourself against needing somebody and being vulnerable?
Well, because society doesn't allow ladies now to be ladies. They don't allow you to be. They don't allow you to be submissive. Every woman's supposed to be a boss chick. Every woman's supposed to make just as much money as men. Every woman is supposed. The standards have been erased. And chivalry is not dead, but it's on life support. And it just puts more pressure on women, on average, get this, on average women, to where they can't be with just average men anymore. Do you know how difficult that is for relationships? Because 80% of the people in the world are average people.
Yeah.
And the 80% of the women want that 20%. Well, it's only 10 of the 20% men out there. And 80% are trying to get them. And then they'll tell you that they have the audacity to say that we's tired. We want somebody. Well, in that 80%, there are a lot of good men. In that 80%, there are a lot of good men.
Oh man, absolutely. They end up like Will on that show. How come he don't want me, man?
I'm serious. I don't get it. I don't get that. I think in the planning, when women were planning, they knew the new regime and how they were going to be. new regime, I think some people were kind of, you know how you when your company say, well, we had projected that we were gonna get $100 million and we got like 15. I think you kind of shot too far up, and I think we need to bring it back in some.
Yeah. Listen, I've been driving a car that got out of control. When you jerk the wheel, that is not a good idea. So to just all of a sudden swing to all the way back to the other side, man, that's not a good idea. That's dangerous. Keisha said, bringing something to the table means you have the ability to do for yourself. And when we get together, we'll both have something to offer.
Keisha is right, but I don't believe that's what they're saying, Keisha. I think they're saying we don't need, they're not saying it, but they saying it. They whispering it though. We don't really need men.
Yeah. She said to do for yourself prior to us getting together. And that's the thing. You sending a message, but what are people getting? Are people getting that message? I just want you to know that I'm not lazy. I just want you to know that I can handle my own. So I'm not going to be a liability to you. I don't know if that's the message that men are getting, that I'm not a liability. We're getting the message is I don't need you. And listen, doing everything yourself ain't all it's cracked up to be. I'm just saying, put it that way.
And they know, believe me, they know that. They may not never admit it, but they know that. Believe that. Hey, bro, my light bill was $560 something. It sure is a lot easier having two people trying to pay that than one person.
Right. Two is better than one when you got
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Because I believe people were meant to be together. I do. I just believe people will call me a crazy romantic, but I just believe people are meant to be together. I just think we've kind of taken it out of proportion with the 80% of the women trying to get 20% of the guys. That's why because that's why you get cheated on, because most of us will compromise morals and values to get that 20% of the guys.
Oh, people will compromise when competition is fierce. People will compromise. I remember my club days. I remember back in the day. I remember the pop the coochie contest. Y'all remember the?
Y'all don't tell what we got to win.
Who ended up winning?
The girl that pulled her drawers off.
The girl that did the most. And typically she had to go to extremes to win. It wasn't just about dancing no more, but when competition is fierce, don't be surprised at what people do to pull out the win. And it's the same thing in dating. I'm not saying in relationships. When I'm talking about you trying to get to the relationship, but in dating, if competition is fierce, you'll be surprised at what people will do when the competition is fierce. And we see limits keep getting pushed. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Keisha talking to us tonight. She said, nah, somebody lied. Every woman needs a man. That's why the sales of them Rose toys are going up.
You know, I thought about that, but I wasn't gonna say it. But hey,
you weren't gonna say it.
When you get through, it can't cuddle with you, and it can't hold you tight. I'm just saying, hey, if somebody at the front door coming in, then they ain't gonna go to the door to see who up there.
Oh, right, exactly. When you hear noise in the night, it ain't gonna get up and go check it out for you. Right. It ain't taking out the trash. It ain't making sure your car got gas in it. It ain't doing all that for you. She said, oh my goodness. She said, I won that contest before. That was years ago before I got saved. We ain't gonna even ask what you had to do.
Jesus was the best thing to happen to a whole lot of folks, brother. Believe me when I tell you. Jesus was the best thing to happen to a lot of folks, brother. Because believe me, I believe everybody got some stories about some of the stuff we used to all do.
Oh my goodness. You better believe it. But we living in a time now, man, where women can do for themselves. They're not sitting at home waiting on daddy to bring home the check, and they get out there getting their own. They securing the bag or chasing the bag or whatever they say. They doing all this now. So they're not sitting in this position where they're sitting and waiting on men. And so they're out there and they're being bosses now. They're being bosses. So how does that work with relationships though? How does that work? So we're talking about tonight from the boardroom to the bedroom. From the boardroom to the bedroom, right? You got all these bosses, but now you got to try to go and be in a relationship. Is that working?
I don't think that if you're a boss in the boardroom, the submission level gonna be at an all-time low when she get home, brother. Hey, unless you're not running your own boardroom during the day. If you're a boss, she probably could submit to that. It's funny. I think women think that they are actually submitting to the authority or submitting to the guy, when in actuality, I don't believe that they are. And I think it's very difficult to do that because subconsciously you lead all day. Subconsciously you're fighting. Subconsciously you're talking to people and telling them what to do to get stuff done. And subconsciously means you're doing it without thinking about it. So in order for you to stop doing that, you got to be always thinking about it. And that's not who we are. That's not what we do.
I know we got some boss chicks listening. If you feel like you a boss chick and you listening right now, some of y'all ladies that's listening, how do you manage that? So answer that for me. Can a boss chick soften up for a man in a relationship?
They can try.
Can you do that? You don't think they can?
There has to be an attempt to do it. That you have to try. You have to work and try to do that. Because man, the corporate America turns you into something else. Listen, I haven't seen people go in one way and come out the same way. I've seen women leave. Corporate America does something. And the higher up you get, the more shrewd of businessman you got to be to get that.
Keisha says a lot of men feel threatened because women can take care of themselves without them. I believe if a woman is the breadwinner, it's a man's job to scream during sex.
Let me tell you something, Keisha.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have no problem screaming if she making the money. Matter of fact, I don't have no problem screaming if she ain't making the money. But you gotta do what you can to make sure that I scream though. Because and it's funny, women always say this. Men feel threatened by this, but no, why we gotta feel threatened by it? Because threatened to me makes me feel like I'm not that I can't handle the stuff that goes on in the marriage, especially with the money. That's not the case. It's all going to the same. Well, most of it anyway, going to the same bank account most of the time.
And you know what? And that's something women got to realize. It's not that men are threatened by you. It's not you that they're threatened by. It's where do I stand with you? What kind of power trips you gonna pull?
See, there you go.
What is it that you gonna do to challenge me? And I'm not talking about a good challenge like once you get up and chase your dream. I'm talking about when there's a decision to be made. Can I make that decision, or do you feel like because you can take care of your own and all of this that you got to come at me? You know what I'm saying? You got to buck up against me just to make that decision.
But I think what we get confused is when she says we threatened by. No, we threatened by. We're gonna have to do more fighting with you. We got to let more talk back. Not that you're. You're just gonna be more assertive because you feel like the majority of the money is mine and you're gonna have more of a say so. That's normal. That is completely normal, except for in relationships. Because because that's going to influence how much I can tell you yes and no. Hey, babe, can we do this? No, we can't do that because this is what we're trying to do. I'm trying to set this. I'm trying to do that. If you making money like that, you're not gonna really listen. You're not listening to me about that. You're not gonna. I can only get away with that once or twice. After the third time, man, it's gonna be an issue with me and you.
Who do women have to become to be what we call bosses? Who do they have to become? Because there's a common thought that people think that women have to take on masculine characteristics or more of a masculine personality to really handle that whole boss thing. Is that really what's going on? Is it really taking on a masculine persona?
Well, the problem is when you're in corporate America, there is a perception about you that's going around. Either you're a pushover or what's because one of the ladies that we're dealing with now that's giving us a bunch of headaches, they say she's a bulldog. Everybody say, well, yeah, they say she's a bulldog because you can't, she don't want, she's not a man and she wants you to know that you can't run over. So she's very, and you get a reputation for that. And you get a reputation for that because you're doing something now you've taken on a masculine quality and you can't take that back. So now that's what people know you from. People know you because of that. And that's why I say when you go in corporate America, you're gonna come out one or two ways. And most of the time, corporate America, man, don't have no friends. Don't have no friends. You hear me? You can't be friends with corporate America.
David said, I just had this conversation about this with two of my male classmates. To me, I think a boss chick is set in her ways and feels independent and don't have to rely on a man. Okay. So even just the whole reliance on a man, is it about feeling good about yourself, or is it about a fear of being vulnerable to a man and what he's coming with?
And but the crazy thing about that, do you have to be relying on a man to want one?
Wow.
To know that you need that I need somebody in my life. I get. Listen, I get it. I get it, y'all. I get it because I make the money. I don't really need a man. But okay. But do you want one though? Are you willing to change some things or compromise some things because you need one? And when I say need, you need that companionship. Listen, man, I get nobody. I'm a firm believer of this. Nobody want to be by themselves. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. Don't nobody want to be by themselves. Don't nobody want to grow old because I see older people now that are by themselves and they appear to be miserable. They appear to be miserable. Nobody wants that.
Right. Keisha said, of course, a boss chick can be submissive to the right man. Notice she put the right man.
But see, you put right man down because you want to choose who you're gonna be submissive to. Now, if you got one of them the 20% guys, you're gonna be submissive to him. But the other 80%, if you a boss chick, they don't stand a chance.
Yeah, she says feeling threatened can cover a variety of things. I would never challenge a man. I'll let him be the man. I'll make the beans and the rice. I'll even grab my ankles on command too. Just understand that you have to bring more than an erection to the relationship. Now she brings up a point. A point. When we talk about being a man or being the right man, men's roles were defined by provider, protector.
Yeah.
Provider, protector. You kind of took one of those away with the whole independent woman thing. Yeah. And so now we have protector. And now here's the problem with just being protector. Protector is an aggressive mentality. And that protector, if he's not mentally where he needs to be, it can get out of hand. Next thing you know, you got physical conflict between a man and a woman because that protector he's off in a space that he shouldn't be in. He's directing that protective energy to somebody that in a way that he shouldn't be doing it.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I explain this right. Now, protector, all it means to me is I have an umbrella that the family falls up under. As long as she's not raising her umbrella while I got mine up, she falls under mine, I don't fall under hers because my umbrella is protected. And everybody under my umbrella is under my protection for whatever that may be. If that's because I have to see about the house. I have to be the seer for the family. I have to speak into the kids. I gotta help you. I've gotta continue to bring you up and lift you up and support you what you're doing. That see, we have minimized what we think the men are and they're supposed to do because we're taking the money aspect out of it. When the money was just a small aspect, a part of it anyway. But because y'all want, then y'all need to make the money like that because we can't never. See, I done went into a little tangent. Gotta bring it back.
You slipped off in that world. We got to bring him back. He's about to go there.
Well, see, and the reason why, because most men like myself, we don't want our wives to work. We want our wives to be at home. We want our wives to be secure at home and not have to deal with the rat race that the world brings when they leave the house. But because women want more now, it requires both of us to be working. I would rather my wife be at home, but because she wants this kind of car, you want this kind of house, you want these kind of bags, I just think it takes both of us now because I can't not yet anyway, but I can't do it. I can't do it. D, I can't do
it. Mika said, I am trying to find out when to jump into this combo. Y'all are speaking facts. I was told to stop saying that I will be submissive to the right man because if he is not right, why are you with him? We are not picking protectors anymore, just protectors, projects, and penises. Oh, she said projects and penises. Hold on. Now, because here's the project thing. You just said something. What is it that women feel like they have to pick projects?
They have to be able to see the potential in you. They have to be able to see it. Not you seeing it yourself. They have to begin to see it. Because they say, girls, if I put some polish on that and do this and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner. And I'll be the envy of all my girlfriends.
I don't care how much he got going on. A woman always gonna feel like she made him a little bit more of what he was. Now I said this once before. I said this plenty of times before. They say behind every good man is a good woman. And behind every great man is a great woman. A man doesn't need a woman to be great. But if he's going to be in a relationship, she has to be great. Otherwise, he won't be.
You know, and I believe this. I think there are I think you need different things from different people. For example, I'm a comedian, and I've been doing comedy for a minute. For as long as I can remember. And I remember there are certain type of places, and because of my wife was exposed to a lot of that with me, I needed a certain type of person with me because I was always going. We were always ripping and running, and there were opportunities. Let me say, there were things that came up that if she wasn't the right person for what I do, it would have been devastating. It would have been tragic for both of us. And that's some of the things we need to consider. Hey, if you got one of those lifestyles that's crazy or this, you need to, whoever your partner is or whoever you're trying to partner with, you need to consider that. And they do as well.
No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Consideration has to be taken. Debbie says, it's not like when granddad and grandma were young. The man was a protector and a provider. Nowadays, the man wants the woman to bring home the bacon and cook it too.
No. Now, let me say this. We don't want you to do, Debbie, let me tell you something. We don't want you to do nothing, Debbie. What we need you to do is stay out of them stoves. What we need you to do is stop looking at your friends with all these $2,000 handbags. What we need you to do is stop looking outside, talking about what everybody else got, bringing it back home to us. Now, because you want all of that, Debbie, you got to go to work to help so you can get some of that stuff, because I'm trying to hold this other stuff down. I'm trying to hold everything that we need down. And I can get some of the wants, but you got to help me with you to get some of the wants that you want. Because I believe it was never meant for women to be working like this. I really do. But because your wants have got ahead of everything else, now you have to work. Because you can get, I'm gonna get your Louis Vuitton bag. It's gonna take me 10 years. I'm gonna put it on layaway, and by the time I get it out, you're gonna forget what color it was. It's gonna be dusty and all that. But I'm gonna get it for you. But you're not gonna be patient enough for me to do it for you. Again,
I think.
Go ahead.
I think what the average man makes about 40, 50,000, like something like that.
I won't say. I heard 40, but I gotta believe it's higher than that. I would have to.
Yeah. Can you cover basic needs with that much?
Yes, you can.
To your point.
Yes, you
can.
Your
point. Yes. Is it the wants, the extra stuff that's pushing people outside of the realm of reasonability as to what's actually needed?
Absolutely. And listen, and if women will be honest for the one time in their life, they will tell you, yes, because if I didn't want this, if I didn't have this, if I didn't do this, we could have a basic life. But who wants a basic life? And that's why you don't want the basic dude. That's why you want the guy that make $200,000 a year, because you listen, if you tell me that I got to take you out to Nick and Sam's when we dating, when I first started dating you already trying to let me know what time it is. And I get it. But if you're the boardroom chick and you got bread and we dated, if I want to go to nowhere but those kind of restaurants, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Or is that dessert? Or do I deserve that because we dating?
I think that's a great question. Does a basic guy equal a basic life?
Basically.
And how many people? Okay, so have women convinced themselves that basic is settling?
Yes, absolutely. Again, I told you, when they put the memorandum down for what they was going to be doing in these 20s and these 20-somethings, they did not discuss what this exactly. So what do we actually mean? Because nobody wants the basic guy. Even when the guy says they tired because they don't want basic lives and they feel like they have to settle for it. And nobody wants to feel like they settle, even if the guy is nice looking, even if he got his credit together, nice car, whatever. They trying to figure out where they can get in at. How can I be a part of that?
Yeah.
Nobody want basic guys, because most guys are basic guys. Now some of us can stretch a little further than basic, but most of us are in that basic realm. That's why we got so many single people out here.
You're right about that. Listen, if you like the conversation, make sure you share it out. Share it out to your people. Let people know what the conversation is. Maybe they got an opinion on this. So women, let us know what's wrong with having a basic guy. We want to know. We want to hear from y'all. We know what we think. We want to know what you think. What's wrong with having what we call a basic guy? He can cover the basics, but he can't cover the lavishness, maybe, but he can cover the basics. Why isn't that good enough? Keisha says, I love a basic life. We can eat spaghetti and cornbread for all I care. Basic isn't settling, but it's the busted, damaged dudes that have their crusty hands out more than women. Why y'all answer this for me? How y'all keep finding those dudes?
You know why they keep finding those dudes?
You
know why?
Why they keep finding them?
Most of the time, you attract what you are.
Oh, so you said basic begets basic? Is that what we're saying?
Because if they sing it, listen, and I ain't trying to hurt no feelings, but again, more of us are basic than not, guys. Most of us are right around that. Most of us fall right between here and here. Most of us do. When I say most of us, I'm talking about a whole lot of us. But that's not what we want, though. We can blame it on. Now, there are going to be some guys in this general area that are going to be that are lower and don't have the money that a lot of us have. But dude, perhaps why can't you be the woman? I'm not saying this for everybody, but man, give him a chance. Maybe he's trying to find himself. Maybe he came out of a divorce. There are many reasons that people are on their hospital gown. There are many reasons, but we're not trying to hear them. But it's a lot more understanding if you like that than it is if I'm like that. Because as a matter of fact, men look forward to women being ass out. because it gives us it makes us feel like we're saving you to a different degree.
It makes you feel needed and lets you know where you stand. If you covering majority of the stuff, a guy has to question where he stands with you. And I hate to say it, I mean, but it's a reality. He has to question, where do I stand with you? Because you like, be a man. Well, you be a man is provide and protector. That's what we've been trained. So
and you
you don't need providing, right? You won't let me do it. So it's like, but you steady saying be a man. What all I got left?
And if I tell you to get in there and grab them ankles, then you saying all you want to do is have sex out. That ain't just how you show me how to be a man. But stop putting men in the position to where that's all they have to offer you. Ooh, did I just say that?
You said that. You said that. We need to clip that.
I'm so serious, man. Men go generally, and this is why men cheat. And you say, well, how can this man cheat on me and I'm doing everything? Because that person over there is giving him something that you're not. Be like, every time he wanted sex, I gave it to him. It's not that. It's all in the way you make people feel. Listen, you could have those boss chicks, man, can have all the money they need. As long as you make that man feel like a man when it's needed, he gonna be good. But we have a hard time doing that because he should be doing this. Because when let me say this, when you make more money, you get a little more skewed when you make money anyway. You're not as sympathetic. You're not putting up with stuff because you don't do that at work. So why would I come home and kick in the he need to do better. No, you're going to bring home the mentality that you have every day when it comes to your workers calling in, telling me they're going to be late. Well, if you call in and tell me you're going to be late, you better show me this and tell me why. You're going to be the same way at home. How could you not? How could you not? That's who you are.
Hey, man, people feeling you. Charlene said that's real talk, John.
I'm just trying to help somebody. Would y'all share this, please? Share this. Would y'all share this?
Mika says, wow, never thought about it that way. They need to feel needed. Y'all need to feel wanted.
Why? Listen.
So why would you dismiss the fact that we have a need too?
Why would y'all not think we would want to feel that way? Everybody, listen. That's the part of being in a relationship. That's the best part of being in a relationship, guys. I know my wife needs me. I know when that spider crawl up under the bed at 2 a.m, I know she ain't gonna try to get it. She won't even try to get it. Matter of fact, she gonna get her pillow and her covers, and she go in the living room and say, John, you need to take care of that before I come back in here. I know she needs me. She always makes me feel like I need her, and I do the same with her. Why would you guys think that we don't each other? That's why we need each other, because we need to feel needed. You ever had a woman, think about this, and I know people know this, a woman that stayed at home with the kids. The kids go off to school. They go off to college, they leave the house. There's nobody more miserable than that woman that was at home because those kids gave her a feeling of need. And then when that's gone, now she's scrambling trying to find something to do with her life because that was her life. Well, let me let y'all know, y'all are our lives.
Boy. Woo! That boy on it today. Because he absolutely right. I don't think women take into account how much the decisions we make, it's not about us. And I know y'all can say y'all ran up against this joker who did y'all. Yeah. Because you picking the wrong guys. But most men are focused on what's gonna make everybody else good, especially the wife.
So
y'all won't put up with us. Y'all don't understand how much we put up with.
Oh, they know. They something else.
How much we bite our tongue, how much we say what's needed to be said versus what you probably need to hear sometimes. Because we're concerned and we're thinking about you and we're listening. But when we don't get the same consideration, hey, that's something we don't want to deal with. That's hard to deal. We would just want some consideration too.
I think part of the problem is we don't understand. We don't know how to take care of each other. We think good sex and is a way to take care of each other. That's not.
Monica said, I want a black man with Mexican work ethics, or LOL. I had a man tell me that I might make a great wife if I would get the stick out of my butt. Every time he wanted to do something for me, I would say no thanks. Listen, if somebody is willing to do something for you, let them do it. One of the great things about being in a relationship, one of the best things about being in a relationship is not having to do everything for yourself. You don't want to have to do everything. It's not that you can't, but you don't want to have to do everything for yourself. You want somebody else. Yes, you can cook for yourself, but it means something that somebody else cares enough about you to take that on for you. Yes, you can pump your own gas, but it means something that somebody else cares enough about you to take that on for you.
Somebody went outside, cut my internet while I was talking to you.
Yo, devils. Old devils. Okay. Rod said, I just want my wife to tell me what she wants to eat. Just make a decision, man.
She can't tell you because she don't know. You don't know. My wife asked me, "Hey, baby, what we eating tonight?" I'm like, "Girl, we not finna even do that. We not finna." And I just sit there and look at it. She say, and she'll start telling me what she thinks she wants because we're not finna do that. We've been married too long, and I know you don't really know.
Rod say she hasn't answered that question directly yet. Well, Rod, you know what that question is? That question is a filler to see. I want to see how well he knows me. I want to see how much he's in tune with me. If he can guess the right thing, then I know he really loves me. He's in tune with me.
Don't you buy that? Don't you buy that? That's foolishness. This is a trick that I learned over years. So, baby, do this. Tell me what don't you want. And she started rattling out stuff. Then I can say, oh, well, hey, well, let's go get this then. But she got to tell me what she don't want first. Because when she asked me, I start thinking about what I want. Well, hey, let's go over here and get a steak. Nah, I'm not in the mood for no steak tonight. Well, what are you in the mood for? I don't really know what don't want. Well, do you know what you don't want? Well, I don't want no steak. I don't want no chicken. Then I know, okay, then that's what we're gonna need some seafood then.
Right. Or salad.
Oh, dude. Negative.
Laura says there's nothing wrong with basic unless you are with a woman that loves expensive clothes, purses, etc. If she's bringing the money home, that's what she is going to expect, and it's not going to be happy with basic. Thinking beyond material things, everyone just wants to be valued, men and women. Right. Everybody wants to be valued. But I think you just stumbled across something. Why is it that I need the expensive clothes and purses? Because this speaks to an insecurity that you're trying to have somebody else help you compensate for. Now, if you're going to get the bag, secure the bag to deal with your own insecurities, that's on you. But when you bring somebody else and expect them to deal with work you haven't done, then is that really fair? Now, a man will go and get that for you because, get this, women, men like to see their wives have nice things.
We do. Hold on. I know y'all shocked. So we keep wrestling y'all down, talking about, girl, I ain't buying nothing else. I ain't buying nothing else. But that's not the case.
Brother, how many times do we tell our wives, or we say, no, don't get that, and then we'll go and get it for them because it's about we want to do that.
My wife, it was time, me and my wife had this thing where we take turn buying new cars. So my wife had bought her car. She had a new car, and it was time. My truck was old, beat up, and I kept it. I was like, and she kept talking about, she just beat me down. So talking about a car, to where we just went and bought her. It was out of turn too, and she went. We went and bought her a new car, and I think she's really surprised. But all we want y'all to do is to be happy. I did the comedy show last night. So the guy hands me the money, and I hand it to my wife, and for some reason she was surprised. I'm like, I'm surprised you let me give you half of it because normally I give you all of it. And she act like she was surprised. Well, she know I got access to all of it anyway. So there is no need to make a fight or make a fuss about the money when all of it is yours anyway.
You got a point there. So for all the independent women, you done secured the bag, you're a boss chick and everything. Now you independent, right? How Boosie say INDPE, y'all that stuff, you all that now. But is this all it's cracked up to be?
It's not. It is not. It is not. It is not, because nobody wants to. I don't care, man. See, this is the misconception about money, man. It's great to have money. It is. It's great to have money. Money can. I'd much rather have it than not, because I've not for a long time. So now that we better, I would much rather be on this side of it. But man, it just, it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Resident Love said, I bought my wife a new Dave Ramsey book. She was surprised.
Well, I think that's great, as long as if you explain to her why you were doing that, because I'm sure at this point in your life you're trying to set up your future so everybody be good. Because again, that umbrella, hey, you may not need me to be taking care of everything now, but eventually you may need me to, and I got to make sure that everything is set up so I can.
I gotta get this. My sister just sent this comment in. She said, nothing, not putting your business out, Derek, talking about me.
As she putting your business out.
Right. She could have said my brother or something, but I'm gonna, since you put my name in, I'm gonna put it out there. All right. She said, not putting your business out there, but I used to think you were a punk when you would serve your wife after making the meal until I saw her do it for you.
Well, see. Listen. Go ahead. Then you can talk about that more than I can.
Let me. The whole idea of being the head. We the head, right? We the head. Being the head means you are the first example. Women, we talk to women about submission. Men have to show submission, especially if you believe in God, believe in Christ. You are the picture of submission because you submit to Him. You show her what it is, and then she sees what it is, and she falls in line. But listen, serving somebody shouldn't take away from you. If serving somebody takes away from you, then that means that you have a low estimation of yourself. But if you know who you are, serving somebody is no problem for you. It doesn't diminish who you are. And love requires serving. So I love my wife, not just tell her I love her. I love her actively, and love shows people, it demonstrates people what love is. So she loves me back by doing the same thing, reciprocating.
And if you can do that in public, because love is action word, and oftentimes you don't know who you're setting an example for by seeing that. Because like Monica said though, it's oftentimes we'll have an idea on, oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, I ain't gonna do this. Not what you should be. And if he's married, the takeaway should be, wow, that's how I'm gonna serve my man or my girl. Because the proof is in the pudding. How many years in?
14 tomorrow.
I'm just saying. Oh, happy anniversary, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Happy anniversary, babe. 14 years tomorrow. Yep. So absolutely. 14
years ain't easy for nobody. Oh, everybody that's been married 14 years got some stories to tell you. We don't want to get it. Go ahead, Dick.
But it's about serving. It's about serving each other. Right? One thing about, they said good leaders know how to follow. If I'm a leader, then part of me being a leader is recognizing other leaders. When it's something conducive to her, babe, what you got for me? Let me know. Holler at me. Talk to me. I get input from her. She tells me, but I'm asking because I respect her knowledge in certain things. In certain situations, gonna call for me. And I make sure I step up when it calls for me. But here's the thing. Everybody thinks you're submitting to a person. You're not submitting to a person.
Yeah.
Submission is not about submitting to a person. Submission is submitting to a goal. Now, if that goal is common, then both of y'all know when you need to chill out and when you're getting out of hand.
Now, D, to your point with that, that's why even that boss. Now, if the boss chick comes in and there's no plan for the family or the house, then something needs to be said about that. But you gotta let people know what your plan is. Because most of the time, if you're a boss, you bossing for a reason. You bossing for a goal, and you need to share the goal with him so he can fall in line with with whatever your goal or plan is. I think that's the misconception. People don't understand what the plan is. Or I can have a plan, and if I'm not telling the missus about it, now we bumping heads, and she trying to figure out, well, why? Well, because I haven't shared with you what the plan is. I'm in the board because most of the time, boardroom people are in the boardroom because of I'm here because of this. I don't never want to be without money. I always want to make sure I got enough. I want to make sure that I leave something for my kids. I want to make sure that I can live like I want to live and we good. Well, if that's the thing, you got to relay that to me so I can fall in line. It's okay, bet. So what's the plan? How we gonna get this business? How we gonna do this? How we gonna do that? Because you got to come up with a plan, guys, and you got to let the other person know about it. But I think boardroom people can definitely exist with regular people. They just gotta let them know what the plan is, and I'm sure they'll fall in line.
Because even in the boardroom, if you work for a company, or even if you work for your own company, you got a goal, you got something you're trying to achieve, and everything is about going towards that. Now, you may come up with your own ideas, but even your ideas are focused on that particular goal. I don't think we have enough experience expressing and telling people what the goal is for the family or for the relationship. What are you really trying to achieve by being together?
Well, first of all, if you're the boardroom chick, you got to be careful. This is what your thought process is. I got to be careful because I have an image. I want people to see me this way. I want people to see me that way. When a lot of times you can take somebody, man, because we all are, if we be honest, we all are work in progress. And we all have turned into, from Derek to a lot of the people that we know, we've all turned into what the other one needed. Derek is now with Dr. Selena Frenchroy. She is a doctor now. She's a doctor. Derek got now Derek is a thought engineer, and what he says now, he good with what they good together. If he had just been regular Derek, who on the podcast talking, that wouldn't have been good enough. But he's a thought engineer. Have y'all heard this man? Have y'all heard this man say something? He say something.
He said say something.
They go well. They go well together, and I think that's a part of the compromise, man. If you just be patient with me,
we grew together. We built and we grew together. And what is it that nobody wants to grow together anymore? Nobody wants to come up together. And when you come up together, there's a different commitment there. There's a different locking in. But if I got it already, then you struggle with why are you there? That goes for on both sides. If you've already locked it in. And see, what happens is you got young girls in their 20s and 30s looking for established men. Men are typically established until they get into their around their 40s. So what does that do? That leaves that 20-some-year-old guy that you could be building with. He starts to build, and we get this cycle to where our rhythm is off. The rhythm is off. Older man, younger woman. And then now you got these older women who basically now you complain about being mothers, but you got somebody who was undeveloped and unformed. When you should have got him when y'all was both undeveloped and unformed, y'all could have came together and built something greater later. But everybody wants it now.
Everybody wants it now. Nobody want to work for it. He got to be making six figures when I meet him. And I'm gonna ask you this one question. How many 20-year-olds making six figures?
That ain't dribbling the basketball, rapping, playing football, or something like that.
Or drug dealing. It's not very many. And if I'm wrong, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Every time I get on social media, that's all I hear about. He got to be able to do this. I'm like, what? Y'all's imagination has got completely out of control.
Take me on trips.
And you just want somebody to do it for you just because. No, but we don't
Yeah.
work like that. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I'd be scared if somebody's ready to spend $200 on me and they just met me.
Man. Right? Saw a video. Guy spent $5,000 on this chick, flew her out, right?
Yes.
Because that's a flex, right? Oh, he flew me out, child. He spent money on me. He flew her out. He spent money on her, but he had an expectation that she wasn't willing to fulfill. And because she was willing to fulfill it, he put her on blast and he kicked her out. Told her to find her own way back home. And see, we play these games because it's a flex to have somebody dropping a whole lot of cash on you and all this type of stuff when you just spending it on worthless stuff. Y'all ain't buying no stocks and no bonds. Y'all ain't investing it into nothing. You spending it on a whole bunch of crap that won't bring nothing in the end.
See, now to that point, D, that's why it's so hard for men who are high value men to get with not regular people, but basic people, because you don't know what they want you for. You can't trust nobody because you got money and you know everybody out here wants something for nothing.
Right.
And so this man spent this money foolishly, thinking that she might have had the same values as he did. Well, he found out that everybody don't. And that's what makes it so difficult for people for women trying to find high value men, because we listen. I almost can look at you and tell. I almost can look and tell what you want from me. I was on the internet the other day, and some lady jumped up in my hit me in my DMs, and she was like, "Ooh, I saw your pictures." I'm like, "Whoa. First of all, I see my pictures too." All these young cats out here, and you, it look like you're in your 20s. You ain't reaching out to me. No. What do you want? Okay, tell me the scam. What is it? Tell me what the scam is. It's got to be a scam coming. It's got to be a scam, because either it's about money or it's about money. Because it can't be about nothing else.
Hey man, I feel you, brother. You all on it. It's that time. It's that time.
That was quick too, man. I just got here.
We
just sat down.
I know.
All right, final thoughts, man. Final thoughts. All right. The final thought for tonight is, I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody. Now, whether or not you're willing to admit to yourself that, hey, listen, I might not be ready for that shit. I might be. First of all, we got to start being honest with each other. I need to become the best version of me, so when I see the guy or meet the guy, I can accept the guy, and I'm not dreaming in the clouds. Okay, it's okay to dream in the clouds. It's okay. One of my favorite speakers says it's okay to reach for the moon, because if you miss, you'll get the stars. But not in relationships. Not when you dating. You can't reach for the moon all the time. You need to be common people. If most of us are basic, we need to stay in that basic kind of thing with basic people, because that's more of our speed anyway, if we be honest with ourselves. Okay? All right, that's my final thought. I had said what I had said.
Listen, we've been duped into thinking that independence is the goal. Independence is not the goal. The goal is interdependence. You want to get to a place to where you become a contributor and not somebody who takes. And that's what independence is about. Independence is developing your contribution to something greater. And when you talk about getting with somebody, the fact that you can do things on your own should just mean that you're mature. It shouldn't mean that you don't need anybody or I got this by myself, because we don't ever get there by ourselves. And if we are to exist as a family, if we were to exist as a community, then we can't have independent people running around. We need interdependent thinkers. How can what I bring to the table and what you bring to the table create something that's greater? There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together eventually so that we can make something that's bigger and better. So let's not get stuck on independence so much, because it only speaks to who you are. And if there is nothing that you contribute that lasts beyond you, you have failed. Just because you can buy your own car, you can buy your own purses and stuff, that doesn't say anything about you when it comes to what have you done for generations following you. So get your independence together, but understand that there is another level to push for, and that's interdependence. Because if you want things to be great, then we got to push for that next level. And that's my King Speaks for this week. Well.
Man, that was good, man. It was quick too.
Hey, man, I was trying to figure this out. We are without our producer. Our producer is she's making big moves. She's being a boss chick of her own right now, and we are proud of her. We support her. We salute her and all that she's doing. So she left me to do the producing tonight too. So
and again, man, I just want to thank everybody again for the voting. We really appreciate it. You can tell us how you feel about us always in the comments, but it means a lot when we ask you, when we need you guys, and you guys show up for. We really appreciate it. Really do.
Listen, we absolutely love and appreciate y'all. And tell your friends about the show. If you like the show, you like what we're doing, tell your friends. Right?
Sure. Start sharing the show.
Absolutely.
We giving too much good information out here for y'all not to be sharing that stuff anyway. I'm gonna start switching legs.
We're giving you the game for free.
We don't even charge you nothing. We don't even charge you nothing, man.
Right, exactly. But it's all love. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for showing up for us time and time again. Couldn't be where we are without y'all. So we're gonna catch y'all later next week. Peace out.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.